Hello, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we will be doing the mid to back section of this vehicle. Since I just completed this front middle part, so let's get to it. In the last episode, I changed this from a 3-wide vehicle to a 2-wide vehicle, where it is now completely sliced down the middle. As you can see, I didn't change this back part, and I will be fixing that. Ooh, that startup engine sounds great. So, time to start fixing things. Now, I gotta do this. Gotta make this nice and even. Gotta duplicate all this to the other side, because it is now going to have a weird split middle without it. And I want this middle section to be visible through a glass piece. So I need to make this nice and clear. Just gotta figure out how, though. Most of these pieces aren't wide, though. These aren't like, they aren't vertical, so that's a problem. Actually, no, this part doesn't have a vertical. Interesting. Ah, there it is. So gotta switch that to a... Oh, well... This part... This part needs to be moved up like this, so I can make space for these. So, now I gotta have a photo of the back open, which is kind of hard to find. Okay, this looks fine. I got a decent image, though it isn't straight on, which is, I think it's good. So, the headlights, actually, the engines are closer to the middle. Actually, I'm going to do something. So this is where the cabin ends, and then the slope starts. So I'm gonna cut it here. Let me spawn it in first. For side view, I think for like a side view, I think this is decent, and I need to look at where the seat is on the image here. So this is the image. So just behind the seat, I'll say 1 block is the tilt thing. The slope thing back here. So I'm going to do the slope thing right here. Okay, but the top part has a slight slope. So what am I gonna do? I guess I can do a slight... What do people do to their roofs? That's my question. I guess... From here, I can do a invisible bar. I'm gonna make this clear. And I think that can give us a nice start. Yeah, you actually can't really see it that much. So now what I want to do is I want to actually have this section kind of separated from this one. So I need this to be instead 4. I need that to be 2. So I need to move these. Oops. These ones upwards by like a stud. And these things also upwards by stud. Actually, do I even need these? I'll figure it out. So with these pistons, yeah, I do need those. Like I thought. These... I guess they can go here. I don't know. I'll have this go down to speed 108. Or reset. And then this will be sorta nonchalantly laying here. Oh. That's great. I'll put this here. What does this down arrow do? Oops, wrong button. The block input. Ah, the steering hinges. Over there. No. 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 Interesting. These ones? Ah, yes, these ones. So, I want to remove these inputs. And these pistons need to go further down. Oh no, structure's not saved. That's fine. 50? That's too low. 55. No. 65. Oop. 0.65. Perfect. Now I need to go down from 0.65. Oops. 0.65 to, I don't know, 0.62. It's just going to be slightly into the block. I actually need it to be lower. How about we go down to 0.56. And then over here, I can do a tilt with this. Speed, steering help, arrow, strength, dampening, sure. How about 5? No input, and then flip this around like this. And then we're gonna have one of these. These come in handy because they are really cool, and they help fill in the holes. So, yeah. Oh. Well, I can remove that. Move these inwards, because I don't want these colliding. And then I'm gonna change that to be kind of like this. So now this is just standing here, doing absolutely nothing. I'm also gonna move this to be in front of the seat. And then, I guess. This comes in handy once again. This one here, and then this one. Like that. With a path like that. Genius. There we go. Wow. Is it stuck? It's stuck. What's connected? What? No. Goofy. Dear. What do I do now? I guess I could shift it that way, but then I'm gonna keep it here. And not this. Oh. There we go. Oh. Wonder why that isn't moving. Oh right, I didn't add any controls to it. Heh, oops. So now, these have a 5-degree angle tilt. Oh my god, I love it. Beautiful. It is not enough. This thing needs to go down a tad. So we're gonna go down 50, 0.57. I'm gonna go 0.55. 0.55. And it's still not enough. How about 0.6? Ooh, jeez, ooh, so may. About 0.5, Ooh, that's too much. I'm gonna go 0.53. Okay, 0.52 it is then. 2. Good enough. I can just cover this up like a crime scene and hope nobody knows anything. You know what? I'm gonna replace all these with these. Actually, those there. These one here, and then this one. I like a nice little. It's so clean. It's so clean. Yo. I think that piston thing can go down just a slight bit. 0.51. Okay, so now time to get onto shape. So I'm gonna turn all these glass pieces. Well, actually, nah. So just behind the seat, right here, is where I'm supposed to cut it off. Interesting. I'm seeing a couple issues here. So I'm gonna place this right here. We need a 1x1 arrow block that has no contacts. Actually, never mind, this is fine. But this is not. Right here. Oh dear. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this to the other side, because I realized that there's a big gap right there. I like covering my gaps. That sounds weird. So now, oh, right. So now there's a gap here that I can't fix because this thing is now too low. What happens if I make this a T-pipe? Kind of like this. It doesn't look amazing, but it's the only thing I can think of. Other than... Actually... No, that won't work. Skibbity dibbity skibbity. Ooh. Oh. I was gonna say, this could... Ooh. No, it won't work. It won't work for a couple reasons. One of them being that it just won't work. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, now it will work. I think it worked pretty well. Other than the fact that it doesn't. Sorry about the camera. Except for the fact that it doesn't work, because this is now glitching into that. So... funny. Woo! Tickling breadsticks for a living. Not perfecto. Oh dear. Let me think. So, I'm going to put this here and pray that works. Because it might, to be honest. I need to erase this now. 0.6. Okay, perfect. Now I need to grab another set of these nuts. And then we'll be all good. I really don't like exposing hinges everywhere. So I cover them. Kinda like that. So now this, I'm losing brain cells. Let me think. This can't be glass anymore. This has to be solid. So you're going back to glowing grid. Really. So it's a weird slope. That's what it is. So I need to add a couple things. I need to remove this. And then replace that with this. You might be wondering why. Well, in a sec, you'll see. So I can replace this. Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, if you saw what I was going for. I was trying to go, actually, I am a person who loves having no holes in my builds, but, today might be the day that I suffer with a hole in my build. How many hours in? Only 22 minutes, actually, so I think I'm pretty good. Oh dear. So, I might be able to get away with a hole in my build, and nobody noticing it. I'm physically suffering building this. So, back here, I need to have space for a vent. And I'm not completely sure I can. But it's a sports car, what can you do? And this actually needs to be bigger. But I'll turn it into a 3, actually. Bam. Time to build on the other side now. Going to cry. Going to cry. It's actually so unnoticeable. I'm gonna be for real. It's like nothing happened. Okay, well, that's weird. Okay, well, that's fine. So I got this nice little swoop over. Time to actually... Can I symmetricize this? Can I mirror mode? No! Urgh. 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 Grr. Ba-da-ba. Mirror mode now? Yeah, that thing, duplicate. Bom, 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 bom. Bom, 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 bom. Oh. Well, I guess you can get a copy. Guess more holes. This is here just for symmetricity. I am also probably going to have to fill this up with aerodynamic blocks, because you know. So I'm gonna replace these with this block. I'm gonna get aerodynamics and mirror mode. What is... Okay. This is probably a 4x4 block. New! I'm gonna save this. Mirror mode. Right. Mirror mode. You're missing 2 things. So this panel needs to be duplicated. And then this needs to be duplicated to the other side. And BAM! Look at that. And the good thing is, these don't collide. Okay, good. I need to figure out a good way to not have it. Are these shields aerodynamic? No, they're not. Is this aerodynamic? No. Oh, I can't do anything with the wheel well, so, Now, this is not something I can deal with. The jittery is not fun. Have like 0.4 damping, I guess. That'll reduce the shaking, right? Okay, now that I am going to save this, now I can do. Now I can, actually do some symmetricing. So, throughout this whole back part, I kind of want a swift up movement. Kind of like this. But I can just do that with a normal block. You know? And then, now I need to make the vents. What will the vent look like? Ooh, that's too big. How to make a vent. Okay, I got an idea. So, I'm going to do this. As you can see, it is, kind of weird. Because that's what it is. Kind of weird. So just behind the seat right here, this is where the block is supposed to start. The glass. And then this nice little block here in between. And then I'm going to return this. Actually, I'm going to keep that like that. And then I'm going to have this switch back into this sort of piece. But I don't have that kind of piece. Actually, maybe I do. Or maybe I don't. Yeah, no, that won't work. But I do have this. I know it's weird. Maybe I should turn that into a. Maybe I should turn that into a 3. I don't know. Ooh. That kind of looks interesting. Looks interesting for a vent. Maybe I should turn this like this and then have this in the back. Sort of like a. Actually, I think that'll fit. I'm going to replace this with a 2x1 wedge right here, and then have a wall in between here. And have it go out like this. Well, guess what? I kind of ruined it. But I kind of remember how it looks now, so. So this is what my vent is going to look like. It is not far forward enough. Because I need to replace that with the 3. That's why. Otherwise I would have wasted this whole thing for nothing. I also need to make this just a tad bit longer. Wasting blocks. Praying to the block god. Because I'm wasting blocks. Ooh, that don't look good. Wonder why. What is this connected to? Main body. What is that connected to? Gotta figure that out. But, Now I gotta remove this, and then turn that into a couple of not connecting blocks. Or I can just completely fake this. And then from here, these are going to be different. I'm going to replace that with this. And then I'm going to have a wall of this. Which is not going to be able to attach a panel. And then a very big this. Perfecto. I have perfected the craft of glitching random things into each other. Oh man, that looks good. Though I think that looks fine. Maybe I can bring this, I can turn this into a 3x4 instead. Yeah, I think the 3x4 looks better. Now, the vent goes straight over the wheels, so it has to be using these. And now I'll just do a decal. And the vent is a sort of a triangle, but I will be going with this vent. What? Decal. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, perfect. That actually looks pretty good. I just actually need to turn the decal into a black spot. Turn the color really dark gray. Actually, I can turn it black, but the stuff being white. Do you have any better ones? Let me check. So far, we don't. Even though I have all of the packs, it appears I don't. So, this is going to be, this paint specifically is going to be red. Clean, pure red. The decal looks funny. Just leave it gray. Dark gray. And that looks good. The mirror. The mirror is like, I don't know, 2 studs behind. So I need to do it right here. But I want to do the mirror first. The mirror is about right here. So what I need to do is put a mirror here. Mirror appears to be a side view mirror. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Oops. I'm gonna move this here. Have this be transparent. And then... Actually, I think I could do better. And then have this tube slope go... Huh. Okay, well, I guess this is fine, too. Yeah, I guess I have to do it like that. Unless I want to move this just one block back a bit. And don't have to worry about that. To be honest, they should make more of these kind of blocks. You place that there. You put that there. And then... Oh, well, this backwards, I guess. And then I can add more of these here. Yeah. I'm happy. Okay. So now I need to do something about the wheel wells. So now the wheel wells look a little funny. So I'm going to do the same treatments that I gave the front wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is pistons. Just the all-wheel drive. Okay, so now I need to put the pistons in, which I'm gonna place here. Actually, I think these need to go back up one. So these are gonna be like that. And you might be wondering, why am I leaving the piston all the way out here? I don't know. It's probably easier like this. Wrong engine. Actually, I think... Yeah. Where are the pipes? This is gonna be our fake axle. The front wheels have just a tiny bit of suspension. I'm gonna delete this. I copy over these. Then these are gonna sit here really funny. So place those there. Where are my streamlinings? This here, and then we need another one right about here. Just gonna account for another one of these. Actually, no. The body keeps going. Down a little bit. Okay, why is that happening? It's because of this. Oh. Okay, much better. So now the back end is very close to finished, actually. So, let's see, we got 45 minutes of recording. I think we can finish this, actually. Finish this today. Maybe. So I want to do a pretty good rounding of the back end. So I gotta get a good look at the back end and figure out how that works. So this back end here has a couple bit of restraints. The wheel well is a bit weird, which is normal. But the rest of the back end actually has to be built from the back. So I'm going to do a couple things. I want this to be well rounded, so I'm going to have these round inwards. It's going to be slightly rounded. This is going to be rounded like this from the top, and then this part is going to be a dramatic drop from the center, but it's going to be wide. And then this wheel well is going to have a nice streamlined look with a decent coverage. Actually, it's decent. I'm gonna replace this with this and this, because I can replace that with this, because I'm gonna be streamlining this even more than it already is. Replace this and this. I'm gonna need this back part to be of this shape, if I'm right. Which I think is, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change this to be a shorter one. The top part should streamline, but I think the back end being... Oh. What's this? What's this end? What is this end doing? Oh. Oh. Haha. Gotta remove that. Make that 3. Actually, I can make that 2. Why is this part disconnected now? Oh. Okay, wrong part. Okay, yeah, I see the problem now. So this needs to be... I'm gonna change this to be like this. Yeah. And then put this... right there. Yeah. And perfect, that fixed it. Mostly. Well, how strong are these hinges? Oh. Yeah, okay, that's a problem. How do I get this to be fixed? I could, one, do a staircase-like thing where I use pipes to kind of skedaddle my way up there to grab that piece. Like that. Or, well, actually that works better. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, now the back end. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm considering actually having this moved to here. Gonna remove these because they don't really matter anymore. I'm considering having them moved like slightly outwards, just like oh so outwards. It's like that could help the shape of the vehicle. Then again, I think that needs to be lower then. This needs to be lower. Then how low will I need this to be? Yeah, I think wide weight is fine. Though I do need to replace this with this and a replacement. About here. Actually. About here. I think I'm gonna replace that with a 4x4. I mean 2x2. 2x2 wedge corner. And then in the middle here, I need to have a filler piece. I have this to be 4. Let's say 2 block gap behind the engines. I think that corner can be smoothened. This thing, I kind of want a 4x4 plate going out the back. Ooh. But I think one plate here and then a 4x4 plate here would be fine. Just want to cover that gap. Okay, I think that's fine. So I kind of want to remove this and then replace that with one of these. But it doesn't look good. So, this is what we have right now. I moved the mic closer to me, so you can hear me better. Now this part right here, I'm going to remove this piece, and then I'm going to replace it with a 3 block, so that it has somewhere to grab. So I'm going to put a big vent in the back here. This vent is too big. How about this? No. We have decorations. I completely forgot. I'm gonna delete that actually. I think this would work, but this needs to be down here. You know. What? Blueprint is corrupt. What do you mean? I think it works fine. Maybe it's just duplicating this piece. Operation failed. I'm going to keep this one piece right here. I'm going to turn it off because I don't like the way it works. And this piece needs only these. And then that needs a... I'm gonna move this back here. I'm gonna replace that with a 2. So, got a minute left for time restriction. Because I'm time restricting myself, actually. Just for a tiny bit. I don't like how this is very small. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, have this connected to that, and then yeah, I'll just remove that one, and then I'll keep that one. Because I think what I actually need to do, I'm gonna remove this. Remove this. I actually need to do a sort of this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a sort of outline for the piece that's going to go here, but it doesn't appear to be doing so hot. Just got like one block of extra clearance, in which I can probably do. Yeah, I think that was fine. Maybe I should extend this into a 4. 2x4, 2x2, actually. And then have this right here. I'm going to have a panel. And one of these. Perfect. I think that was pretty good. Now the back end. Oh. What's the matter? I don't think this likes it. I'll give you some dampening. And then I'll also give these some more dampening because I think it's having other problems. Shaking. Do you think I should tilt this wheel just a tad bit? Yeah, right. I can't hear you. Screaming through your screen, telling me how many failures I have done. Failures to get things right. So I'm gonna put this back here. Going to turn off the exhaust again, off by default. Actually, I kind of want to move it back one more. But I think I'm pretty close. I just need better shots of the back. Sorry about the zooming. I'm zooming into like an image. Okay, so when license plates need to be here, do I have a license plate? The one thing I don't have. Put this here instead. Sure. So right here, is going to be the... If I replace that with a wedge corner, I think that looked better. But it doesn't work better. So I'm gonna have to keep this weird looking aesthetic. Because I need to put 2 things in here. So I need to put a... Ooh, do you think? Ooh. Ooh. Perfect. Ooh. What does the flare look like? Ooh, there's gonna be so much. Oh my god. Perfect. Perfect. I love that so much. Oh my god. Ooh, for here, I'm gonna do another one of these. Maybe a tad bit shorter, actually. Going to be A2. I think that looks nicer. Actually, right here, I'm gonna move it out 1. So that this can have 2 3s. And I'm gonna turn that 2 into a 1. Like a... kinda like this. I'm gonna turn... actually no. I'm gonna do something with this. Oh, let me see, actually. So, I'm going to do a decal. Let's see. So, I can have 2... I'm gonna have 2 weird square-shaped things. So... 2 weird square-shaped things. It's kinda hard to find. Ooh. Do. No. Not that. Okay. So, I have decided on making a glowing circle, a square, and then making it really small, one able to fit on each, and then the outside will be, the inside will be red, deep red. The outside will be actually no, the outside is supposed to be red. The inside is supposed to be black. And then tiling offset. Okay, I like that. I mean, it looks fine. It looks as though I can move this inwards a tad bit. It should be half a block. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it like that. Or actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna replace this like this. Have this instead of a flat. It can be one of these. And then one of these. That doesn't affect anything, really. I'm going to actually remove this and then replace this with a fork. You know what? I'm going to do Control Z. A corner, and then I'm gonna have this be like walkie out this way, or just not at all. Let me grab this piece, and then right here I'm going to replace these. Actually, I don't need to replace these. All I need to do is move I need to turn these. And then delete that. Now we need to replace one of them. And this one can become... Actually, this needs to become one of these. So I can place one of these here. So that I can place one block here. Okay, now that looks better. Now, one final thing is I need to place... I'm gonna do painting later, I think. Ooh, man, look at that. One final thing. I am going to have this piece be replaced, and then have this piece also replaced, and then I'm going to have, where's the pistons? Pistons. Actually, gotta find a piston that's... Oh, I'll copy this one. Actually, I'm being a fool. Remembering that these don't need to have anything. Now these need to have a steering joint, which does need to have something. So I'll just copy one of these. And then I'm going to have plates. A 2x4 plate. Right here. I'm going to replace this actually with a normal plate here. Then a 2. Oh, here on the side. And then I'm going to have this be just slightly tilted. This is actually going to have to be one of these. So just copy and paste that. Where's that piece? This thing is for some reason only powering one. I'm going to turn off mirror mode for now. And then spin this around. Perfect. Now I want to have this piece going out like this. And then having these two, actually, only this one. And then have the, actually, glass. And this one's also glass. And these two have the decal of a square. Where it's just really large. And then like that. I'm gonna make this pure red. So I think pure red looks better. And then actually I think I need to switch the, this doesn't need the decal. This bottom part, clear. All that needs to decal is the top part. So I'm gonna replace, oops. Redo the decal, because I want to do it sort of like this. I think it needs to be slightly forward a bit. Okay, it needs to be tilted slightly more. Okay, slightly more. I think that's pretty close. Yeah. Now this bottom piece needs to be clear too. Skin glass. This top part needs to be also glass. Yeah. And this needs to be deleted. So that I can have these copied over to the other side. Why won't this copy? Okay. Well, I guess I need to redo all the process then. First try. Now this is going to be tilted inwards, sort of like that. I think because I'm going to make this whole thing pure red anyways, I'm going to have to make this two pure red and these two pure red. So it's going to be pure red, and clean. Because of the way this is made. And then from this here to that there, I need these two. And then actually I could just do this. These two. Bam. Ooh. Alright. I think I'm gonna do the painting in the next episode. So, any painting and last minute details will be done in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. That is it for today's episode. Let me save this real quick. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below any suggestions for future videos, and like the video, subscribe, comment down any suggestions for either build projects or literal suggestions on how I can fix this thing. And yeah, that's it. See you guys later.